Hello, I'm Professor Toybox, and today I'm taking a break from my regularly scheduled series to start a brand new series called Toybox Tutorials. This series will air on Fridays, with one new episode airing each week. Mondays and Wednesdays will still be devoted to my normal content. I've asked Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey to join me for this series.
Hiya, pal!
So whenever you see him in one of my videos, you'll know it's part of this series. Toybox Tutorials is designed for people who are new to building in the toy box. Each week will feature a short episode that covers one or two topics that will teach you how to use certain toy box features. We're going to be using the Disney Infinity 3.0 toy box exclusively because it's the easiest version to use and provides the most features. I'm going to begin this series with the assumption that you've never dabbled in the toy box before at all. You'd like to build some things, but you have no idea where to start. Well, the best place to start is here in the Toy Box Hub, and you get here from the main menu by selecting Toy Box and then Toy Box Hub. Once you're in here, you'll want to come over to this purple pad here and look for Merlin and talk to him, and he'll open up this purple door back here, which will take you to the series of building-based toy boxes that will teach you the basics of building in the toy box. Disney did an excellent job of making these tutorials fun and interactive, so I highly recommend starting there. Completing the tutorials may also unlock some fun things that you can use in your toy box. And once you're done talking to Merlin and going through those, you'll also want to come down here and talk to Scrooge McDuck. He can teach you the basics about the toy store and earning blue sparks that you can use to spend for new toys in the toy box. Other Toy Box hosts here will teach you about the basics of movement and exploration, sidekicks, interiors, vehicles, combat. Those are all good tutorials too, but these are the two main townspeople you want to find if you want to learn how to build. Now we'll exit out of here and start a brand new toy box where I'll show you some of the basics. So to create a toy box, from the main menu you'll select Toy Box, and then you'll select New. And you have a number of different toy boxes you can create. This one will create a new toy box with a city already in it. This one with a tree house. If you want a new racetrack or a new terrain. If you want an interior toy box, like the interior of a castle or something that you want to make, I usually start with the empty toy box. And this will take a moment to load, so I'll fast forward into this. Okay, so here we are in a brand new toy box, and I'll show you the basics of creating and editing today. So if we come into the toy box drawers, and we can scroll through these, you have terrain, plants, basic blocks, decorations, lots of different building sets, and as you play in here in time, you'll figure out what's in all of these drawers, and it'll be easier to find different things that you need. Sports toys, racetrack pieces, platforming toys. These are some fun interactive kinds of things. Same with gameplay toys. Creativity toys are the logic toys, and we'll get to those in a future episode. There are templates, and we'll talk about these later too, as well as builders and creators that will help you quickly put together different kinds of games. There's all kinds of townspeople, cast members, there's critters, sidekicks, enemies, mounts that you can ride, vehicles you can fly or drive, so all kinds of different things. I'll come over here to the blocks drawer and put down a couple of blocks real quick that we can use to kind of show a few things. So creating, as you can see, is pretty easy. You just select them from the drawer and move them around and place them. And we'll come in over here now and edit these. So if we come into the tools and select the magic wand, now we can use the aiming tool and point it at different blocks that we want to do things with, and you get a little menu in the lower right corner. The upper one is with the palette is the customization option that you can use to set textures and things. On the left is the logic connections button. Down below is for moving the block that you've placed earlier, and A on the right is for deleting a block. So if we use B, for example, then we can move this block we placed earlier. We can rotate it, raise it up and down, all kinds of different things, and then place it in a new spot perhaps. We can also come in here and delete the block and take it out. And we can come over here to this one and we can customize it. And there's a whole bunch of styles that you can pick from. So you can set this to be the castle brick, for example, and apply it to just one block. Or if I want it, I can set this to be my theme. And then every new block that I put down will automatically have that texture applied, which is handy. So the magic wand is pretty powerful, but it has some limitations. For example, if I'm in a world where those blocks are behind the other ones, I can't get to those unless I move, and sometimes you can't move around in a position where you can get to anything. So the magic wand is strictly line of sight. That's also a problem. If I want to try to reach that block up there I pressed earlier, I have to be able to move to a position where I can reach that block and target it. And of course I might back off the edge of my little world here and fall to my death. So magic wand has some limitations, and I'm going to go ahead and remove that because I much prefer using spark mode. So if we come back in here to the toy box drawers, on the Wii U, as you see there on the right, spark mode is accessed by pressing R. And that gets me into this mode where it replaces Mickey with this spark. And I can go anywhere. I can go through things, in and around, behind things. And when I select things, I get that same little menu that the magic wand gives me. So I can also move things, or I can delete them, or whatever. And I can also reach the blocks that I can't reach with that magic wand, which makes this much more powerful. And so there's a lot of power in here as you play around with creating and editing, and that just kind of shows you some of the basics. So until our next episode, feel free to experiment with that, creating and editing things in your toy box, and just see what you can build. As we get into later episodes, we'll talk about customizing different things more and creating logic connections and so on. But that should be enough to get you started, those and the Toy Box Hub tutorials. I hope you've enjoyed this video and this introduction to Toy Box Basics. And for those of you who are new to the Toy Box, I hope this helps you get started building things in your own toy boxes. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel or sign up on my blog to see what we do next time in this little series or in my other series. You can find build tips and logic diagrams on my blog as well for the different toy boxes and challenges that we build. And for now, this is Mickey and I signing off from this little toy box tutorial, and we'll see you next time.